If you're looking at buying a watch on the pre-owned market, now is the time to do it. The prices have come down. I've just purchased myself an Aqua Terra, and not just any Aqua Terra, probably, in my eyes, probably the best Aqua Terra variant there is. And for those who know, I had the previous version, the original version of Aqua Terra, and I let that go a little while ago. And the current versions of Aqua Terras that I see now, they really don't do it for me for specific reasons, and I'll explain that. So I ended up buying this. So without further ado, let's check this thing out. The time for buying pre-owned watches is pretty much now, and I bought myself this Aqua Terra. It's not the current generation, it's not the previous generation, it's the middle generation. And the reason I say that is because I wasn't happy with the current generation, and I've been looking for about the better part of a year or so. I've been into the AD 30 times, and I've tried on different watches, and you know what? I've not been happy. And if you're not happy, don't buy. That's my suggestion, just don't buy. And the reason I'm looking for an Aqua Terra is because I had an Aqua Terra. I had the first generation 39mm black, high gloss black dial automatic, really nice. I made the mistake of moving it on, and look, rather than going back and buying that watch again, I thought to myself, let me look into the range again and see what I can find. And this one here, which is the middle generation, is for me the best value for money and the best compromise of the best design. And I say that for a reason. The current generation Aqua Terras have very short lug-to-lug, so they look a little bit stubbier. And personally, on a visual perspective, I don't like that. I was so close to pulling the trigger, and it just, being used to the older generation, the first generation, the way it was a little bit longer, like this one here, I couldn't get myself to buy the new one. And I'm just looking, and I'm thinking, yes, no, yes, no. So looking at this generation, it's got the longer lug-to-lug, but it also features a nice thinner profile. So on the wrist, this watch sits beautiful. It's not as good as the first generation in its comfort factor, but it's darn close, I'll tell you what. For the fact that this watch is on par with the latest technology, George Daniels coaxial escapement, silicon hairspring, 15,000 Gauss, twin barrel mainsprings, 60-hour power reserve, you really can't go wrong. You really can't go wrong. Now, you saw the pop-up at the start of the video. Before we continue, let's have a quick word about our sponsor, Watch Crunch. Watch Crunch has paid me a large amount of undisclosed, unmarked, unsequential dollar bills to sponsor this video. And now, I'm rich beyond my wildest dreams. Well, maybe not rich, but they've sponsored this video, which is pretty cool. So what is Watch Crunch? Well, basically it's a platform for watch nerds who wear more than one watch per day. Just like me. And you know what? It's actually free. It costs nothing, zero, zilch. I joined up myself a while back, and I tell you what, it's just an honest bunch of watch nerds with none of the BS. There's no hype, there's no bullying, just a friendly community of real watch lovers like you and me. So if you love watches, then this is the perfect outlet for questions, discussions, posts, wrist shot of the day. It's pretty cool. I encourage you guys, head over there, and if you get a chance, even follow me on Watch Crunch. Let's get back to the video. Now, a second thing that I liked about this watch, and I didn't like about the current generation, is that crown. You see, that crown is a cylindrical crown, and it's insert. It's actually recessed into the case. If you look at this case carefully, it's pretty much flush on this side of the bezel, and on this side, you've got about 2 mil sticking out. So the watch is actually asymmetrical. It's not perfect, but I like that. See, it's different. It's a watch design. It's got a unique character. This watch is oozing character. Now, the current generation of Aqua Terras feature a conical crown, and I don't like that. Doesn't mean it's not good. Doesn't mean that, oh, you know, you hate the conical crown, I'm going to hate this video. Do what you have to do. All I'm saying is that I love a cylindrical crown that I can grab and unscrew. It's fantastic. It's brilliant. That's me. You know, I buy watches for what reasons that I desire. You buy watches for what suits you. That's what makes this hobby so beautiful. We buy what we like. Now, another thing that I liked about my original Aqua Terra that this thing has got is a gloss dial. It's got a beautiful gloss dial, but it also features the teak deck in vertical. You see, I'm a more classical guy, and this features a 3 o'clock date window like my original, and I'm pretty much used to looking at that particular style, that layout for so many years, and that's where I want to see the actual date complication on this particular watch. I love the symmetry of the new ones. I think that's forward thinking. However, because I've had this watch in the past and I've enjoyed it so much, I want to go back to that classical look and how I read the time. Now, speaking of that dial, as you can see, it's a high gloss, but also offers a bit of character with that teak deck. So I like that, because this dial actually, it surprised me. I look at this dial in different lighting situations, in different circumstances, and most of the time all you see is a gloss black. And then sometimes you get a brown hue coming through and a beautiful warm glow coming off that teak deck. Just something different, and it adds so much character to this particular watch, and I love it. Now, the orange accents, that's a no-brainer. I've always loved orange accents, or even orange watches. I've got a Zen 556, one of those limited editions. They look great. Seiko Samurai in orange. I've always loved orange. For me, it's my color. And this is no different. I can play around with different types of straps. As you can see at the moment, I've got it on an Artem strap. Really nice. I think it suits it. But you're not limited. You can go black, you can go tan. The original one that comes on this particular watch is a tan leather. Really nicely made. Top quality, fantastic buckle. But there's no limit to what you can do with a plain black dial and a couple of accents. So I suppose my main concern about buying something pre-owned is buying something that's going to do the job for you. You see, this particular watch here is pre-owned. And I love buying pre-owned. And the thing is, you got to just buy carefully. You got to consider all things. Make sure you're getting box, papers, good condition. Buy the seller. But if it's a little bit vague, if you're sort of getting a little bit of a gut feeling, oh, there's something not right here, walk away. Seriously, walk away. I've had enough experience with pre-owned watches to say, nah, there's something wrong, or it's too good to be true. It's too good to be true. So, but in saying that, the market is ready for purchasing pre-owned. I can see the prices have dropped, and they're continually to slowly drop. So if you're in the market for a particular watch and you're looking at it, gee guys, no better time to buy. You can get yourself a decent watch like this at a good price. Look for box, papers, condition. This particular one, I actually happened to purchase it out of a shop front. So they gave me a 90-day warranty as well, which is an extra bonus. But I was lucky enough to actually go into the shop, try it on, put it on my wrist and say, yep, it's exactly what I've been looking for. Like I said, I've been in and out of Omega authorized dealers for the past year, and I've found nothing that I like. It's been a gut-wrenching experience because I love so many aspects of the new watches. The horizontal teak deck on the dials, yes, love it. The stubbiness of the case, I don't like it. The chubbiness or the look of that case, I don't like either. The conical crown, I don't like. But in saying that, is this the perfect Aqua Terra for me? Well, it's perfect for me, but it's not the perfect Aqua Terra. If I had my way and I changed a couple of things on this watch, well, very simple. I take off the anti-reflective coating on the outside of that crystal. I've never been a fan. It's great for viewing that dial so cleanly, but it also smudges. For those who have watches with AR on the outside, it also smudges. Just like my Zens, just like the Omega, they look amazing, but you can't put fingerprints on them. You're continually cleaning them. Second thing I change on this watch is the Loom. Being a sports watch, it's fantastic, but just that little bit more pop would have been nice. It's good, but it's not exceptional. Apart from that, I think everything else on the watch, it's ideal. It's a really good sports watch, 41.5. It really wears a little bit smaller than that because of the dial is inset so much in the case. And the fact that it's a very nice thin profile. For me, this is the best compromise between the old tech of the 2500 movement compared to the new stuff, which has got the new movements, pretty much similar calibers, twin barrels, silicon hairsprings, same anti-magnetic properties, with a coaxial escapement master chronometer. You can't go wrong with either of the new or this particular version. I just like this version for the reasons that I stated. But let me know your thoughts, guys. When you buy pre-owned, I searched for a whole year to find the right model Aqua Terra in the current range. Couldn't find it. Tried everything. The green one, the white one, the black. I've tried them all. 38mm, 41mm, I've tried them all. Didn't like any of them. So I ended up going for the previous generation. Couldn't be happier. It'll stick around in the collection for 3, possibly 6 months. If I'm still happy, it'll be here for the long term. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know your experiences with pre-owned. For me, another one to enjoy. And now it's time to mess around with more straps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video.